What is a dead giveaway that someone is creepy or a weirdo? Met a girl through class. She immediately became very attached and asked for my apartment key the second time we hung out together, which was about 1 week apart. We're both girls and we literally hung out twice. My wife had a male co-worker that built a diorama of one of her female co-workers being eaten alive by a tarantula. He then thought it would be a good idea to show the diorama to her and other co-workers. Management found him a job at another company rather than firing him. My wife and her co-workers were relieved that he was gone, grateful that he wasn't likely to consider his separation antagonistic, but worried about his future co-workers. Not really a universally applicable sign, but definitely an unambiguous sign. They don't understand personal space. They make comments that are absolutely out of line, like sexual or violent comments, like it's normal. It's one thing to joke, but you can just tell when someone is being serious.
They are pushy and don't respect boundaries.
They constantly have interactions where everyone else is completely crazy. Normal people don't get banned from Costco, spit on gas station attendants and get tased by the cops. If this shit happens to you, you're probably a creepy weirdo. And yes, I'm sure all of your ex-girlfriends were the problem. Chris Hansen asks them to have a seat.
If they have absolutely zero personality outside of sex.
He refers to himself as an alpha male.
Anyone else reading this to see if they're weirdo? Or just me and my social anxiety?
Their username is begging for nudes from strangers.
Adults begging children to give them a kiss or a hug despite being told no.
Where's my hug?
You walk past them as they are looking at their phone and see they have a picture of you taken from across the food court of you unhinging your jaw to take a bite of a burger.
They tell you who you are and what you like. And if you stand up for yourself, they gaslight you and try to play games with your boundaries to break them down. Don't take no for an answer. They only interact with people that they want to fuck. Grown men who tell teenage girls that they're mature for their age. They have a glass cage in their basement. When you're using a public urinal and a complete stranger stands directly behind you quietly for no reason. They're a moderator on Reddit. Attempts to isolate you from your friends. Or to take you out of public space to go somewhere alone with them. When they passionately discuss their collection of vintage Barbie dolls, which they claim are haunted, while offering to show you their extensive shrine dedicated to Nicolas Cage in their basement. They are long, have small feet, no arms, and they have green and white patches on them. Bonus points if they hiss and then explode when you come close to them. When it refuses to rub the lotion. They claim to not understand the concept of the age of consent. Obsessed with sex. I met a girl through a game I'm a fan of and she would always talk about groping men and talk extremely sexual about face models, cosplayers, and voice actors. She also has a really bad anger problem and low self-esteem, so she was always charged up. The weird sex obsession. Comments. Telling everyone about her entire sex life and history. And getting mad when men wouldn't let her grope them was so uncomfortable, and the other girls in the group just fed into it. The age of consent in random ass place * is 16, so it's okay. Anyone who tells young kids things like, "You're gonna be a heartbreaker. Let me know when you turn 18 inches. I bet your parents are chasing them away," etc. I have heard enough older women say these things to my little brother and it was always weird. When they were here before, couldn't look me in the eyes. When they're stone sober and trying to pick up super drunk people at the bar. ETA. And -- intoxicated -- incapacitated person cannot legally consent to sex. So it's very creepy that sober people would be seeking to sleep with people whose ability to legally consent may be questionable. Every person's alcohol tolerance is different. So you can't always gauge a person's level of with-itness by the number of drinks they've had. A sober-appearing person may very well be blacked out. Sex with such a person may be found to have been sexual assault. I have problems trying to meet new people. Like shy and awkward. And it leaves me terrified women will assume I'm one of those nice guys, incels who blame women for their lack of success. Aside from some obvious things, this thread isn't as comforting as I'd hoped. Age is just a number. Animal cruelty. I don't think enough people trust their gut. If you have a weird feeling about someone, or they make you feel uncomfortable even without necessarily doing something explicit, there's something going on under the surface. Trust your gut. They are on the sex offender registry, finding you on socials within half an hour of knowing you and not knowing your last name. They are dragging a body part around with them. Sincere question. And no, my knickers aren't in a bunch. A lot of people rightly talk about the lack of filters or social understanding as a creepy flag. I'm autistic in the "you don't look autistic" way. Note. That's rude AF. And was just diagnosed. I've learned that I do these things. Someone said saying, "I don't mean to be creepy or rude," is a flag. I've said that exact thing many times because I'm so afraid of being misunderstood. A bunch of the things listed here are things I'm trying to learn to replace cause I'm isolated and just want to have friends. I'm just gonna ask, is the common perception that we are creepy from jump? Many of the autistic people I talk to online, ASD1, are borderline suicidal because we just want to know how to make friends and stuff. I do get it. A lot of our odd behavior could be seen as creepy. But it's very hard to socialize when people decide you're off at hello and then talk about how creepy you are. It makes yous more afraid and, as a result, more creepy. Is there a socially normal way to say, "I say weird shit by accident sometimes, so please bear with me"? Is that an acceptable way to say it? Please be nice. When they go on a rant about Huey Lewis and the news,